Hey, Dunn family, Dunn Mother Amanda, coming back live again. Hopefully, some people will join me. If not, hopefully, people will watch it right after I get done. Um, they maybe the title is clickbait. That's you know what? That's okay. I don't care. Um, well, I do care. That's might be the problem. Okay. Um, but anyway, we're gonna get into this. Okay. Title is it healthcare or is it murder? Okay, and yes, it's about the abortion debate. Okay, um, questions that need to be answered before we get into it. Okay, now this unborn infant is either a living person who hasn't been born yet, or it's not. It's just a piece of meat. Okay. Other question. You want to call it health care? Now we gotta understand one thing: either the mother is born automatically pregnant and is legitimately part of the human body once they're born with 2 arms, 10 fingers, 2 legs, 10 toes, 2 heads, and everything that comes with it, or it's a new distinctive life with its own set and unique and different DNA, which would make it an individual person. Okay. Let's say, so to speak, yes, the mother is providing nutrients for that child to develop during gestation. And is part inside, attached through an umbilical cord in the uterus lining. The baby is not a unique part of the body, which means that it's not an exact carbon copy of the mother that the mother was born with. The child has two sets of DNA, half from the mother, half from the father, which makes it an individual, not a carbon copy piece of the mother. A mother cannot deliver through her uterus a piece of her body. That cannot happen. For a baby to be born, there has to be 2 sets of separate DNA. The egg from the mother, the fertilization semen from the father. And because the unborn child is not a carbon copy of the mother, it's not a carbon copy of the father, which means it's not a part of their body, which, yes, you can almost say it might be, but it's not. It is being, like, for lack of a better word right now, an incubator for gestation purposes. Okay. The abortion is ending a pregnancy, the life of the unborn child. Okay, can we legitimately end the life of a child or a person that is already born? Being that child is unborn, but it is still a child and a different, unique person. Does it still not deserve the same legal protections to of a right to life that every other life deserves? Legal protections under the law. Because right now, killing of a life is a criminal offense. Okay, the unborn fetus child is a life. No matter which way you want to slice it, it is still a life. Now, can that life be killed? Is it legal? Is it moral to just automatically kill that child, unborn child? I know people are gonna insert. Well, what about life-threatening complications? And that's a legitimate question. And if it's to where, okay, there's a certain point where a child can be delivered in the second trimester, or the likelihood of it not surviving is very highly likely. And then there's a point where if it is born, the child, the baby will be able to survive with medical help. And both a child and mother will get medical help for their survival. That's what doctors tried to do to begin with, before they just automatically go to, well, okay, we can do it. We're going to do we can do an abortion. Okay, and trying to see if that can be done is worth the effort if it can save both. Notice I said if it can save both. Yes. Okay, and that is usually less than 1%. Okay, another thing that I'm iffy on that can come up is what about rape and incest? Okay, what about putting the rapist on trial? If the female gets pregnant, they can prove who did it. Because if the woman would actually go to and have this thing, get the support that she needs to go through this process, the emotional support, which I believe is direly needed when this happens, and should be given to the woman who had been incested or raped, because they don't deserve that. And on the same token, does the unborn child deserve to get killed because that child didn't ask to be conceived either? Okay, and my heart goes out to both. It really does. I had sexual assault and rape as a child. It's not right. The person that does this should be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. There's other things that I believe should be done to these people, and it's not fun. Glass tube, and then inserted into the genitals, and then clap. Hollow glass tube. That's what should happen to these men that do this. These are barbaric, inhumane, and deserve to be tortured. Let me ask you this. If you were a child of rape, did you should you have been killed and aborted before you were born? Can you honestly say yes? Somebody should have killed me before I was born. If you're a product of rape or incest, do you not deserve the right to live, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? Do you not deserve that? Does any unborn child not deserve the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? The legal right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? I kind of find it almost hilarious, but it's not hilarious that the only people that are fighting for the abortion or murder of a child are already alive, have already been born. Kind of hypocritical, I believe. I think. Okay? I'm not trying to tell people what they should and shouldn't do, but remember, this is a country of laws, and killing a person is a federal felony. The willful killing of a person is a federal felony. And what they're saying when it comes to abortion is the unborn child is not a person, it's an object. The unborn child is not an object. It will be born, it will have its own distinct hair coloring, eye coloring, fingerprints, and everything else that comes with that unique genetic makeup. Because once the egg is fertilized, it starts splitting off into two, into more, and it becomes an unborn child, waiting to grow enough to be able to be born and look outside the womb. Is it not a person before it's born? If it's not a person, then you can do whatever the hell you want with it. Biology says it's a unique, distinct life. The law says it's illegal to kill a life. Now, say somebody were in a coma, weren't sure whether they were going to make it through or not. Does that give you the right to kill that person? Any argument you can make for an unborn child, I can make for a living person. I can match it. Any argument, whichever one you want to give, don't care. And say somebody murders a pregnant woman, and why is it the law in every state now is the person gets charged with a double murder if the unborn is not a person, if the unborn infant is not alive. Does that unborn child still need sustenance? Still needs oxygen. Either way you slice it. I'm really trying not to cry about this. It's a new and unique life. How can life, no matter where it's at, become that worthless and useless for people to be okay with aborting and killing it? How many of you actually know what goes on with an abortion? The mother still has to deliver that child, whether it's alive or dead. Alive, if it's going to be alive, still has to deliver it. If it's a miscarriage, it still has to deliver it if it's an abortion. In an abortion, usually they take the unborn child out in pieces. Pieces. They rip it apart. Watch a video on it. I dare you. Look and see what it is like. God. Something defenseless. Would you do that to your pet? A dog or a cat? You'd say you're inhumane and you would get charged with a crime for cruelty to animals, animal cruelty. But you want to do this to an unborn human, and it's supposed to be okay. It's not okay. To kill something that is helpless and has done nothing wrong. Nothing to deserve that. It's like telling somebody you've been good all your life, but now you deserve to be killed because you were good all your life. Just killed. Just because, no other reason other than, okay, we're going to kill you. I don't know, that's how I feel about it. And it just, and I know there's, for unwanted births, it's hard for getting a place to know a place where they don't get violated or hurt and stuff like that. I understand that. There are good people that want a child. Do anything to give that child a good life. Except commit a crime. It's just unbelievable and ridiculous. Hello. Hi. And that was just totally unnecessary. Well, anyway, I'm going to end this stream now and hope y'all have a good day no matter what part of the day you're in. Love y'all. Goodbye for now.